All right, it is Friday, day 2 of New York Comic Con, and we are here at the Penguin Random House booth, and we're going to be talking Watership Down. Uh, Unfortunately, it's a book I've never fully read, but I've started reading the graphic novel, and we have some people here to chat about it. There we go. You're all on camera now. So, introduce yourself.
Yes, my name is Rosamond Mahony, and my father was Richard Adams, who wrote the original book, Watership Down, in 1972.
My name's James Sturm. I'm a cartoonist, and I had the opportunity to do an adaptation of one of my favorite books. So I leapt at that chance. I'm a cartoonist, and I run the Center for Cartoon Studies in Vermont. And I worked on the adaptation with this young man to my left.
Yeah, I'm Joe Sutphin. I'm a children's illustrator and cartoonist, and I drew all the pictures in this book as well as helping to color the book.
So, first question for you guys, I guess, why Watership Down?
Well,
My sister Juliet and I thought it would be a very good opportunity to make an adaptation. We thought it would do very well. So we cast around for some people to help us do it, and these are the guys we found.
And so, when you guys were approached about doing it, what was your reaction?
Well, my initial reaction was I thought it was a great idea. I loved the book. I read it many times. I taught it at the school I teach at, and I read it to both my daughters. So there's maybe the short list of the books that I'd even consider doing this for is maybe 1, maybe 3 tops. I don't know. So I thought it was a really special opportunity to spend time with this work and really understand how it works and share it with a broader audience.
Yeah, and I, James and I had not met before we worked on this. We had only met on social media, and he knew me for drawing a lot of animals, and it ended up being a really great pairing, and just a huge fan of Watership Down, and it was really just a wonderful thing to work with another fan of Watership Down and with Richard's daughters to try and make something for the fans.
Now, when you wanting to adapt this, were there any concerns you had about, adapting the book to this format?
I think we were a bit concerned about the fact that it was going to be adapted largely for an American audience. And we were a bit concerned about whether it would translate terribly well, because we still wanted to keep the very English kind of feel of the book. But these guys have done a fantastic job, and I think we've managed to cover all the bases.
And so, for the two of you, were there any challenges when you were, working on the book, or any, seeing how you have a love for the book itself? Were there any things that you wanted to make sure that you captured within the book?
I have to say that in some ways it was a challenging project just because of the amount of time and the length that it took. But in all other ways, we were handed this amazing story that was so well told. Reading the book, it's like it's almost cinematographic the way it's written. So that's sometimes the hardest part, is to have a great story to tell, and we already had that. And this wasn't my first rodeo in terms of making a graphic novel. So it was just kind of step by step, and I feel very blessed and lucky to have the estate's involvement to be able to kind of keep us on the right track, and also just really lucky to be able to work with Joe, who loved the book and was able to just kind of be a full-on partner in the adaptation of it.
Yourself? One of the things that kind of helped to bring any of the worries and concerns down was that James and I flew to England, and we spent days walking with Roz and Juliet through the fields and hills and streams and rivers, and we visited nearly every single actual site that's listed in the book. And we took thousands of photographs, and we heard a lot of stories, personal stories, and we learned so much, learning about what plants were there, taking photos of those things, and all of that just helped us when we came back home to remain. Our headspace was in that place that we visited.
So what do you think that your father would think about his book being adapted to this style?
I think initially he would be completely baffled, because I don't think it would ever have crossed his mind that this would be something that would happen. But having seen the finished product, I think he would be absolutely delighted. And I think he'd be very happy with the artwork and indeed the text. So unfortunately, he died in 2016, so he never saw it even started. But I think he would have been very, very impressed with the work that's been produced.
And what do the three of you hope that people who check this book out get from the book?
I hope it will reach a younger audience, perhaps one who've never heard of Watership Down before. And I also think it will appeal to younger children who might find the text of the original book a little bit hard.
I agree with everything Roz just said, and I also hope it points people back to the original text, because this book offers, its own unique pleasures, mostly the drawings and the layouts and all that. But there's no substitute for reading the original text.
Yeah, I would agree with all of that. And
Do you mind if you're around? I'm so sorry.
Yeah. Oh yeah, I would agree with all of that. Yeah.
All right. Well, thank you guys very much. And if anything quickly, last words you wanted to say about the project or the book?
I'd just like to say that I wish my father was here to be able to see it, but sadly he's not. And terrific thanks to these guys for all the hard work they put in.
Thank you very much, and enjoy the rest of the show.
Thank you, Chad.
Awesome.
Thanks,
Thank
Jack.
you. On your website? Yes, we will. Okay.
See, we're advertising.